Hello, and welcome to the very first ever, never happened before, faction turn for Far Verona. Welcome, everybody. This is a momentous occasion. This is the first time we're going to do this thing. So, this is the moment many of you have been waiting for. Folks in the factions and their faction representatives have all, with some degree of trepidation, with excitement, I hope, have been waiting for this very moment to arrive when we learn what the First Orders, not the Star Wars one, but the one for us, what the very First Orders do. So if you are watching this and you have no background whatsoever, and you're like, I just tuned in because this said Dungeons and Dragons on it, or I'm interested in Far Verona or roleplay, and I don't know what all of this business is about, let me tell you, let me express to you what we are doing here. So while I've been doing GM prep, and while the cast and I and JP have been making episodes of Far Verona in the background for, 6 weeks now? 6 or 7 weeks? The various factions of the RollPlay Patreon have been churning their collective minds about fact creds and politics, and they've been building their own world in the background. You can see some of these details in the game, titles of characters, as we detail the ship. You're going to see more exciting stuff on Honglu. Obviously, Honglu, big inspiration from the faction action there on the Discord. And the representatives of each faction have been put into place to pass to me their intentions for the first faction turn. So I guess what we're going to do here is really kind of interrogate the world mechanically, and then we're going to justify what all of that is in fiction. I'm going to do a little bit of that based on my assumption, but y'all know what your assets are better than I do. So I'm going to do the rules stuff, and then you're going to take a look at what all that means. And if there's any details you need to let me know. And then we're going to put together, probably not during the stream, but I will put together a post report to give to my players to say, hey, players, this is what's going on. So before all of this started, I gave all of the faction representatives an order, a turn order, between 1 and 13. So they knew when they were going in the order, but not when anyone else was going. And then I instructed them, please tell me what you'd like to do. Would you like to take the expand influence action? Would you like to take the attack action? Do you want to use your assets? So they all reported to me the action they were taking. And then in the last 2 days or so, we've been kind of back and forth about how to defend against attacks. There have been some deals made. There have been some exciting things that have occurred. And so what we're going to do today, the purpose of all of this is to work that out. So that's the plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the orders. I'm going to take this nice and slow. I'm going to take it nice and slow. We're going to go one turn at a time, and we're going to work out precisely what is happening. Now, future turns will go faster, obviously, as we get more acquainted with the rules. But for this particular turn, I'm going to take my time. Now, if you see me make a math error, because God knows that's possible, if you see me make a rules error, for math, feel free to just be like, just once, because you won't be alone, just once, be like, Adam, 7 plus 5 is not, I was about to say it's 12. It is 12. 7 plus 5 is not 13. You can correct my math. That's okay. At me in Twitch chat if I forget something like that. If I make what you believe to be a rules mistake, let me know with a page number for the correct rule. And I'll stop and we'll check the rules and we'll do the thing. Eventually, I will get to the point where we don't need that as much, but this is the first time I've done this in many years, literally. So, I've done some review, I figured it out, but, we're doing math on stream. This is a real thing. So I am employing your help to make sure this goes correctly. So, yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so should we begin? Should we check it to wreck it? Let's begin. Okay, let's do it. So, my friends, let me take you to my very favorite place, the land of spreadsheets. Hello, welcome to the spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet for the Far Verona of faction turn. Here are our factions. In the red corner, these are the factions. We have 13 of them. This is not the order in which they will be taking their actions. Would you like to know the order first? Should we talk through the order, or do you want to do them one at a time? Now, I can't, using my faction turn tracker, because it's automated, I can't like juggle them, but let's talk about the order first. I wonder, I'm gonna do some live spreadsheeting here. Let's add another column, and we'll just call this order, and then I will place them in order that way. Okay. All right. So here we go. All right. So the order in which they will be participating, and this is something that no one knows but me, and now I'm telling you. The order in which they are participating is the High Church is first. I'm gonna make this column center oriented. There we go. Okay. So the High Church is faction number 1, followed by House Whele, followed by the Red Dogs Triad. Okay. Followed by, hang on here, the Church of Humanity, Repentant. So there's the church, the second church. Then the Prism Network. Then House Vagrant. This is when things are going to get real interesting. And then the Houses Minor are 7th, followed by House Fornax at 8, the UPC at 9, Acre at 10, and then Trilliant Ring is our 11th faction. And then down near the bottom, we have the Deathless at 12, and last but not least, House Crux. So I wonder, can I sort the sheet? I sure can. I can sort by order. Beauty. Okay. So there we go. This is the order in which these are taking place for our, normally it'd be January 3200, but this is May 2018 because we're doing these in order of real life. All right. Okay. Here we go. So everybody knew what their order was, but they did not know in which order everyone else was going. So the High Church knew they were first. Crux knew they were last. Everybody else knew they were in the middle. I determined these randomly just by rolling dice. Yeah. It is possible that this information could have gotten leaked otherwise. I know that some of that has happened. And that's interesting. That's kind of a cool thing. I think that's just part of the turn. So let's do them in order. Let's see what the High Church of Messiah as Emperor wants to do. So my order from the High Church, they are going to be using the use asset ability. So that's the turn that they have chosen to take. So they're going to use the assets that they have before them. So I'm going to order this. I think I have already. I'm going to order this by faction. So here are our High Church. They're going to get to use these assets. And let's read off. I'm going to read off exactly what that turn action does. So use asset ability. They can use the special abilities of one or more assets, such as the transport ability of logistics assets, or the intelligence gathering abilities of spy assets. Okay, so that's what they're going to do. Now, I need to take a quick look and see if they have anything that adds or subtracts credits before I give them their credits, right? So let's take a look. Let's see. Do these have? No, I'm going to have to look at the book. Okay. All right. So they have a covert transit net. They have a book of secrets. They have a commodities broker, which I know does something. They have venture capital. I don't think that is it. I think the only things, and folks who are participating in the faction, I think the only things that give you additional income is Party Machine. I think the bank might. But let's see. So yes, the spreadsheet adds up cost automatically, but it doesn't add additional income if it has like party machines and what have you, right? Oh, it does. The spreadsheet adds party machine automatically too. Is that so? Well, all right then. Thank you for that. Party machines. Okay, good. Well, then I don't have to worry about it. Perfect. Does it add for... I mean, I can't. I'm using the version. If there was an update, no one told me about it, so I gotta check. But yes, we'll take a look. So anyway, we'll do it manually for this one to make sure. So none of these, I think, add directly. Bank makes it to you take less damage. It's just party machine. That's right. Okay. And then post tech, yeah. And we're not talking about use. We're just talking specifically about before the turn begins, when you get your money, there are some assets that give you automated bonus. So I don't think that the High Church of Messiah's Emperor has any of those, which means their income is 7. You can see the whole math up here. Party Machine is the only one that does automatically. That's what I thought. Okay, so that means the High Church begins their turn with a balance of 7 fac creds, 7 factor credits. Okay, all right. So before we get into their action, let's take a quick look at the High Church. They are theocratic, which means when they defend against cunning attacks, they have advantage, right? We roll 2d10 and we take the best result. And their attempt here, what they want to do is expand their influence. Now, they're not going to go after that on this first turn. They are building up their plans. So the High Church of Messiah's Emperor, we're going to pop back over to the asset tracker, and we're going to see what assets they want to activate. So according to the Exarch, the first thing they would like to do is use venture capital. So let's look at what venture capital does. I know this is going to be a little small for folks, so I'll pop it up here. So venture capital, let's see, is a wealth asset. Surprising no one. Okay, and here we go. So venture capital, what that will do is this asset grows resources out of seemingly nowhere, harvesting the best of an entrepreneurship for the faction's benefit. As an action, venture capital can be tapped. 1d8 is rolled. On a 1, it's destroyed, while on a 2 to 3, 1 fac cred is gained, 4 to 7 is 2, and an 8 grants 3 fac creds. So we're going to roll a d8, and we'll see how the church's capitalism works. All right, here we go. First roll. I'm going to roll 1d8 here. I'm going to move out of your way so you can actually see the results. Whoop. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Roll 1d8. Here we go. Oh, no! Well, sorry, High Church. Sorry. So let's take a look to see if there's anything else that they can do. I'm going to make a note of what happened. So, faction turn, use asset ability. It's a 1 in 8 chance. So let's see. Use asset ability. Venture capital. Rolled a 1. Now, I don't know if there's anything that can prevent that or fix it. Yeah, it's control enter for a new line. Okay, yeah, let's bump it down there. Boop. There we go. All right, venture capital rolled a 1. Now, they have a book of secrets, I think, that may allow them to do something about this. So let me take a look. This is a loss of an asset. This is fairly significant. But they would have to decide right now. And they didn't tell me, so I have to choose. Let's see. Once per turn, a book of secrets allows the faction to reroll 1 die for an action taken on that world, or force an enemy faction to reroll 1 die. This reroll can only be forced once per turn. Is that on the same world? I think they probably are. Let's see. Book of Secrets. Yeah, everything's on Endophiel. All right. So this is where I have to make a choice for the faction, right? And this is where you have to trust me as a game master to be impartial. Let me take a look at how expensive venture capital would be to replace it. I'm leaning towards using it. A 1 and a loss of an asset is pretty significant. So let me take a look. Oh, I'm being told I was told? Wow. Well, let me consult my records. Cause yeah, that's fine. Like if you did, and thank you for being here for that. Let me see. I'm looking, Exarch, I'm looking at our interactions, and I do not see you saying that, but it's fine because I can roll it, so it's fine. It's totally fine. I can do it anyway because I was gonna. So let's not worry about it. Okay, so let's take a look. So they're gonna use their Book of Secrets, which means we don't get that reroll. We'll see if it comes up again. All right, so here's that reroll. I'm gonna roll a d8. Let's see how capitalism works this time. Survey says well, that's it, kids. Pack it up. There's no God. There's no God. I am sorry, High Church. I'm so sorry. All right, so that means venture capital has dried up. The imperial bank accounts, or the imperial bank accounts of the church, just can't handle it. All right, so venture capital rolled a 1, activated Book of Secrets, rolled a 1, asset destroyed. All right, good start. Really good, solid start on the asset tracker. All right, so we can just go ahead and delete the venture capital here. Goodbye, venture capital. Okay, all right. So we're going to have to explain how the church's money just dried up. Where did your money go? Church, not even your money, but your whole corporate, like that structure just disappeared. Okay, good. Great, moving on. So Commodities Broker, they're going to activate their Commodities Broker. So the Commodities Broker is another asset that allows them to, let's take a look. Commodities Broker. I think this makes stuff less expensive. Let me take a look. They substantially lessen the cost of large-scale investments by timing materials purchased properly. As an action, roll a d8. That many fat creds are subtracted from the cost of the next purchase, down to a minimum of half normal. Okay, you're going to see a lot of these commodities brokers get used. So let's roll another d8. I think that's how that works. Yep, roll a d8. That many fat creds are subtracted. Okay, so asset destroyed. Let's make this a little longer. There we go. Okay, and then we'll give us another line. And Commodities Broker rolled, and then this, there's no negative here. It's just how much it makes it cost less. So here's the Commodities Broker roll. D8. Okay, 4. Rolled a 4. So the next thing is going to cost 4 less. Rolled a 4. Next purchase is at -4 fat creds up to 1/2 the cost of the thing. Okay, great. So now their next asset they're going to use is they're going to activate Covert Transit Net. So we're going to move some shit around. Covert Transit Net means they're moving Demagogue 505 to 0406 Tiber. All right, so let's read what Covert Transit Net does. So Covert Transit Net is an asset that allows you as an action. Here we go. Quiet interstellar transport. Any one special unit. Let me see. That's covert shipping. This is the better version. That's what they're actually using. There we go. Facilities, web and area of space with a network of smugglers and gray market freighter captains. As an action, any special forces assets can be moved between any worlds within 3 hexes of the Covert Transit Net. So the Covert Transit Net is on what planet? Covert Transit Net is on Andophiel. Okay, so let's look at our sector map. So 0306 is Andophiel. So anywhere within 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3. That is a lot of planets. They got a big reach around here, right? Any 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So anything they own. Now, of course, everything that they own is on here, right? Anything they own is already on SIG. So they're gonna move that shit around. Yeah. So this is a serious priest going to visit Tiber. Yeah. What happened? Venture capital. We're gonna send a priest to the Eridanus planet to figure it out. So that means their order was to move it from Prime to Tiber, 0505 to 0406. So 0505 right here, that's within range, to 05 or 0406 is what they said. Yeah. So coming a little closer to home. There's Tiber there. So we're gonna bring them from Prime to Tiber. That's easy. That makes sense. Okay, so let's go move them. So this is their. Let's see. Where is this guy? Did he not end up on here? Let's see. Because I'm not seeing, what is it? They're moving a Demagogue from 0505 Prime. So it may not have gotten added to this updated map. Give me a second to check I have my original placement orders. So let me see. I think actually, you know what? I think the sorting is just off. Yeah, it is. And that was on me. Okay, hang on. Let me fix it and I'll come back. There he is. Yep. Okay. There it is. So it was a mistake. It was just not a mistake earlier on. Okay, so here's that Demagogue. It's going from 0505 to 0406 Tiber. There we go. Okay, all right. So the Demagogue goes to Tiber. Mr. Smith goes to Washington. All right. Then the other thing they wanted to move was move Commodities Broker 0306 to 0303 Tootham. Interesting. Okay. All right. So their Commodities Broker is leaving home and going to everyone's favorite planet, Tootham. And that's this guy. Okay. All right. So 0303 Tootham. And that is it for the High Church of Messiah as Emperor. Good. Okay. Cool. All right. Time to go and invest in Tootham. That means that our next faction is House Whele. So House Whele, like the church preceptors before, are also using an asset ability or many asset abilities. Now they're going to use their special asset ability. Use Preceptor Archive on Urgus Siliquan 070. So 0700 Urgus. So what this does, and this is quite cool. So the Preceptor Archive allows them to raise up a planet's tech level for their own purposes. So let me take a look at Preceptor Archive. And also we need to give them money. Let me do that real quick before I forget, because it's the thing I always forget, because they're going to need it. House Whele, here's your $5, House Whele. There you go. Okay. All right. So House Whele, Preceptor Archive is a special ability of their, let me see. Preceptor Archive. Purchasing an asset that requires tech level 4 costs 1 fewer fact cred than normal. The Preceptor Archive can also take the special action Teach Planetary Population, costing 2 fact creds, allowing to roll a 1d12 for 1 world. On a 12, that world's tech level permanently becomes 4 for the purposes and purchases of this faction. Cool. All right. So the party machine isn't actually working on this version of the spreadsheet. Okay, so I need the spreadsheet needs updating. All right, so their balance is 6, but it costs them 2 to use. I've been using Roll20 too much. Cost them 2 to use this ability. So let's see how they roll. So use the Preceptor Archive to try to teach the people of Urgus. Let's look at Urgus. The people of Urgus, they have their own Preceptor Archive that they don't know how to access because they're only tech level 2. What a bunch of dummies. Their tyrannical local TL2 government on this frozen shithole planet means that they don't know how to use their own Preceptor Archive. But guess what? Whele is coming to teach you. So Whele is going to teach you a thing or two. So let's roll a d12, and we'll see. Nothing happens except on a 12. Okay, rolled a 10. They still need to be taught. We still need to teach them. All right, so this was rolled a 10. Better luck next time. But look, I mean, they're trying, right? They're trying to educate them. It's a thing. All right. What else you got, Whele? Let's see. Use post-tech industry asset ability. So post-tech industry allows you to... Is it called something else? Some people... There's a certain asset that people keep giving me the wrong name for. But no, post-tech industry is not that one. Well, what the hell? All right. Adobe. Oh, it's post-tech? Okay. There it is. All right, as an action, you can roll 1d6. On a 1, you lose a cred. 2 to 6, you earn a cred. 5 to 6, you get 2. I remember these. All right, Valen Industry, making maps. Making and selling maps. Let's see how they sell. Going to the market to sell a map. What was it, a d6? Yeah, 1d6. Okay. Survey says a 5. Okay, so they get a 5, which means 2 FAC creds. Rolled a 5, and that's plus 2 FAC creds. There you go. You got your money back for paying for the education. All right, so that means that they get another 2. That brings them up to 6. Okay, and now they're going to use their covert transit net as well. So the covert transit net for House Whele lies on Hakani, which is 0606. So kind of the same deal. They've got lots of room, right? Kind of this whole sector here. So Hakani, the covert transit net, is going to move some stuff around. Let's take a look at what they're moving. All right, so covert transit net. And they're moving counter intel unit from Hakani to Lodestone. Interesting. Okay. So their counter intel unit is going from Hakani over to the Pixis. Aw, that's cute. That's cute. They're gonna go and protect the little babies. All right, so they're sending, or they're going to spy on them, I guess. We'll see. So counter intel unit from Hakani to Lodestone. So your current counter intel unit is now on Lodestone. There we go. Okay. Yeah, both. It's a babysitter unit, right? Counter intel unit has been moved to Lodestone, potentially to protect it, potentially to watch over it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So now we need to see, what was the other move? The other move was Demagogue to, we're playing the Demagogue shuffle. Okay. Move Demagogue, Hakani to Imperial Prime. Okay. All right. So Project Babysitter, and then also they're moving their Demagogue. The church left to go to Tiber, and now, all right, musical chairs, political musical chairs. So that means that the Hakani Demagogue is moving to the Imperial homeworld. All right, there you go. Heading to the homeworld to make sure House Whele has their appropriate representation in the Imperial organizations of Prime, of Homeworld. Excellent. Okay, musical demagogues. So that is their turn. Now, House Whele, I appreciate that you included in your order something that you were doing as a meta order. So in between, and this is something that we can talk about now that everybody has money or will have money by the end of this, in between faction turns, you can freely trade fact creds and assets with each other, as according to the rulings document, which I posted in the Discord. So House Whele would like to give someone some money, and I will announce it publicly now, but I'm not actually going to do it until all of this is done. These things I'll announce in the faction representative turn as they happen. This is all public information. So House Whele would like to send a gift. I'm not going to execute it now, so don't let me forget. House Whele would like to send a gift of 1 fact cred to the minor houses. House Whele, custodians to the stars. Look at how nice you are. Okay, so you're going to pass on 1 fact cred to the minor houses. A gift from House Whele. Cool. All right. Map Dad. That's right. Your map family has just given you 1 of the 2 credits that they just earned selling their maps. Look how noble they are. Really, they believe in the Empire. Cool. And that's House Whele. Congratulations, House Whele, on your first successful faction turn. All right. Now let's get down to action. Let's accomplish some shit, shall we? Let's accomplish some shit. Let's do some things. So the next up on the faction turn is the 14 Red Dogs Triad. Now, the Red Dogs are a charitable organization / planet-seizing gang government, and it looks to me like they are not going to be simply satisfied with the planet that they're on, because the orders from the Red Dogs Triad is to take a new action, which we have not seen before, expand influence. So the Red Dogs are going to expand influence. They're going to spend 1 fact cred. It's going to be a little base of influence on 0601 Bora to build a BOI. Okay. All right, so let's give them some money first so they can spend it. The 14 Red Dogs Triad gets 5 income to begin with. Let's see if they have a party machine that gives them more. They do. So they get an additional one from their work on Zendari. The Zendari party machine gives them an additional faction credit. All right. Now, they are secretive, which means this new base of influence they buy will be stealthed, and they will achieve their BOI, because if I take a look at the asset tracker, let me take a look. Oh, there's another. Thank you. Yes, pre-tech researchers. Fabulosity and Chris Crossington. When you say we, I need you to tell me who you are. I don't necessarily immediately correlate. There are thousands of people playing this game. I assume that you are the Red Dogs, because that's where we're at. But yeah, I think that's you. Yeah, because you have pre-tech researchers. Okay, so that also reduces by 1. All right. I'm going to need to update the spreadsheet so I don't have to think about this myself. But yeah. Okay, pups. So back down to 5. So they cancel each other out. Okay, all right. So to do the expand influence, let's read exactly what that does. Expand influenza. Here we go. They need to, is that what it's called? Expand influence? Yeah, here we go. The faction buys a base of influence asset on a planet on which they have at least 1 other asset. The faction then rolls 1d10 plus cunning rating against similar rolls by every other faction on the planet. Ace Greenway, I see that Ace Greenway messaged me in chat and said, you have a message from the Crux rep regarding on-stream fact cred transfers. It's too late to be having conversations with me to clarify these things. All fact cred transfers are public. This has been true since the get-go. I'll announce them as they come in the Discord. For right now, I was just talking about Whele's because they already gave it to me. They already told me what they were doing. So if you have further questions about that, we can work it out after. Okay. All right. So the faction rolls 1d10 plus cunning rating against similar rolls by every other faction on the planet. Any of the others that equal or beat that roll make a free immediate attack action against the BOI that's been placed. Other assets can defend as usual. To buy it, you pay 1 fact cred for every hit point you want the base to have, up to a maximum equal to your own maximum hit points. Bases with few hit points are cheap, but easy to erect. There's a joke in there somewhere. Factions may use this action to buy additional hit points for a base of influence, paying 1 additional fact cred up to the maximum HP allowed. So that's fine. Okay. All right. So I haven't charged them for their credit yet. So let's do that. So they pay 1, which brings them down to 4. They are going to build a new base of influence. So it's a 14 Red Dogs Triad base of influence with 1 hit point, maximum hit points 1. It is a special type, and it is on, what does it say, Bora? Bora. Okay, it is stealthed. All right, so is there anyone else who could fight them on Bora? Let's take a look. 06, 01, Bora. Dogs, diggity dogs. The Church of Humanity Repentant is their neighbors, but not capable of defending, not capable of attacking. So they have succeeded at their goal of expanding their influence. So Bora has a new base of influence for the Red Dogs Triad. Now, let's take a look at 0601. So that's over here. It is a TL1 quarantined tomb world. So, like, maybe not the, like, jewel of the empire or whatever. But, like, congratulations, Red Dogs Triad. You now own a base of influence on a quarantined TL1 tomb world. This would be a great place to run and hide. It's quarantined by the Empire. Something bad is in the tombs, maybe. It's a very secure place to hide out. It's true. Cool. So that's Bora. I'm excited. That's great. So we have our first thing. Now that means that on the faction tracker, the Red Dogs Triad they have expanded their influence, which means they get 1 experience point, and we clear their goal. Good job. Look at that. Technically, Red Dogs Triad, you're winning. Good job. You have 1 experience point. So at the beginning of your next turn, whoever is your representative, Red Dogs, I'm gonna need a new goal from you. You'll get a spot at the beginning of your next turn to add your new goal, which is cool because now you have an entire month where no one knows what you're up to. Now that you've achieved your goal. So there you go. 1 XP. Good job. Okay. So that is that. Your new base of influence is secreted away. That's why stealth is turned on for people who don't. That's how that works. Cool. And we're good. All right. So our next turn is taking place to serve, I guess. And let's make a note here. So successful, no opposition, added 1 XP for achieved goal. Excellent. Okay. The Church of Humanity Repentant. They are number 4. Guess what? They're doing the thing. So expand influence. All right. So the Church of Humanity Repentant would also like to expand. They are going to purchase a base of influence. So spend this is like pretty much the same jam. Spend 1 fact cred on 0601 Pilopid. Okay, all right. So 0601 on Pilopid. Let's see who's on Pilopid here. Church of I gotta sort by these guys. Okay. Yeah, you can boost up BOIs after the fact. So they get to build it first. That's free. Let's give them their money and then we'll take it away. So the Church of Humanity Repentant makes 5. Do they have anything that will add or subtract? They have a party machine, so they get 1 more. And I believe the High Church is on here. So I gotta check with the High Church. I'm not sure. I might have. Let's see. I might have missed this one. So High Church, I know you're in the thing. If you're around, please we'll pay attention. I might need an answer from you vis-a-vis attacking here. So let's see. They built the section first, so I'll go ahead and take away 1 credit. Brings them down to 5. And they get to sort here by Pilopid. No, I don't want to do that. I want to just sort A to Z. Here we go. 06, 01. Did that work? Oh, okay. Well, they're the only ones that are there. Good. So this is the other church, right? I'm sorry, churches. I got you mixed up. We got the Church of Humanity, which is with the lawyers. We got the High Church. We got Church's Chicken. It's a very small faction, but it's delicious. All right, good. So the Church of Humanity Repentant is just building. They're building their new thing. So let me resort, and we'll double check that everything is squared away here. Right. So that's it. They're the only ones on Pilopid, and they are safe building it, so no one can attack them. I didn't mess up. Good. All right. So Church of Humanity Repentant. They get a new base of influence, not stealthed, with 1 hit point on Pilopid, on Zandare. You want to talk about Pilopid and what it does? So Pilopid is same system we were just looking at. This is an alien civilization with revolutionaries and post-scarcity. It's TL3. So this is literally like an alien planet. So this is a human embassy. You built Embassy Town. Actually, it is Embassy Town. It's totally Embassy Town because look, invasive toxic atmosphere, alien civilization. Cool. All right, you did it. Congratulations. All right, so that means with no one to attack, you successfully accomplish your goal. Successful. No opposition. Added 1 XP for achieved goal. Great. So I've been talking about this a little bit. What I think I want to do with a very near future stream, maybe like not this week, but maybe next week, I want to do an alien stream. I want to sit down and I want to figure out how many alien species we have in Acheron Row, and then I want to detail them a little bit. Because that's the thing I want to dedicate a whole stream to. So we'll do that. That'll be a future alien determination. How weird are our aliens? Because then the Church of Humanity can know who they're dealing with on Pilopid. Okay. So charge them 1, which I did to build it. And then we clear expand influence. They get their 1. They get 1 XP. Okay, good. You're now tied for winning. Congratulations. You're tied to win. All right. Next up on the faction turn list is the Prism Network. The Prism Network is going to continue. They're going to continue the exciting adventures of expand influence, and they are going to, big spenders here, spend 3 creds on 03 Tootham. You got to go where the news is. So that's going to be a 3 HP on there. Now, Tootham is a lot more serious. So Tootham is a planet. It's a night world of danger and excitement. It has psionic sphere. It's a TL4 planet. Breathable mix, temperate to warm. Humans can live on it, except that it's plunged into eternal darkness. I understand there's a lot of robot fighting on this planet. And so now the Prism Network is going to build a 3 HP base of influence. So let's give them their credits. Credit where credits are due. So they start with 5. Do they have a party machine? Do you have a party machine? Prism. Do you? You do. You get an extra credit. Extra credit for you. All right. So that brings you up to 6. You're going to spend 3 of those 6 to build yourself a base of influence. Yo, I love spreadsheets, y'all. This is so much fun. This is just the dorkiest stuff, and it's so fun for me. On Tootham. Excellent. Prism has set up a new studio on Tootham. That's exciting. Let's see if anybody wants to blow it up. So, here's where Prism is like, we made all these deals. We promised everybody so they wouldn't blow us up. And then I'm like, cool, yeah, everybody blows you up. Because, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We'll talk about this. So, on Tootham, this is the danger, right? You build a new thing, and suddenly everybody gets a chance to take a shot at you. Which means, on Tootham, we got House Vagrant. House Vagrant, would you like to attack them? House Vagrant says no. House Vagrant allows Prism to build it. They choose to avoid, no attack on their part. So good politicking there. The Deathless also have the opportunity to get involved. Deathless, are you going to stop them? The Deathless Mercenary Company says, no, welcome to Tootham. No problem. Deathless is going to allow it. The High Church, now the High Church only had 2 days to figure this out because they weren't here before. The High Church of Humanity looks like the Prism Network's got a lot of friends because the High Church isn't stepping in either. Welcome to Tootham, Prism Network. Some good politicking. Getting a free, unattacked base of influence on a contested planet like this? Woo. It's a fucking fait accompli. Okay, so because no one opposed you, you only get 1 XP. But hey, you did your thing. You get the experience point. Expand influence. Boop. There you go. Look at that. Nice work. Okay, so big party on Tootham. Prism Network now has set down a BOI. Are they the only people with a BOI on that planet? I think they might be. Yeah, they are. They really are. Cool. It's a Tootham planet, right? Everybody else is just visiting. It's not their homeworld or anything, but this is very much like this is where they live. They've got a winter home in Tootham in the darkness. Congratulations, Prism Network. You did it. Okay. All right. So that means despite Deathless, Vagrant, and High Church presence, unopposed. Added 1 XP. Congratulations. A good turn 1 for you. Okay. So, House Vagrant, they're still Vagrants. House Vagrant's going to mix it up a little. Let's give them their money, and then I'll tell you what they're doing. So, House Vagrant, they have the goal to blood the enemy. They need to inflict a number of hit points of damage on an enemy faction, not their assets, but the faction itself, equal to their total force, cunning, and wealth ratings. Blood the enemy is pretty serious. It's a lot of damage. These guys are pirates, so any movement onto an asset that has a base of influence for you costs 1 extra fact cred. So it's hard to get to them. And they get 4 faction credits to begin with. And do they get anything else for? Let's take a look. House Vagrant, do you have anything else that'll give you money? There they are. They do not. Post-tech industry is a thing they can use, but they don't have any free. They don't have any free money. Page 217, asset damage does count. Oh, fantastic! Let's double check. That's exciting. Let's see. Yeah, there was one that was like faction only. Let me see. Blood the enemy. Oh yeah, look, enemy faction assets or bases. Ah, well, fuck it then. You're in good shape. You're in good shape because pirate boys, as you might expect, attack. The attack action. They're attacking. It's going to be sweet. I'm thinking to destroy the foe, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so House Vagrant has some attacks to make. So they are going to target 3 different assets against the same enemy. 3 assets against the same enemy. So this is 3 attacks against the same people, and it's all in the same place. Can you guess what planet? All right, so target the Deathless Mercenary Company. I'll just leave it deathless because I'm going to run a space. So they're attacking the deathless on 0303. They're going to attack with a Demagogue first. So let's start there. Okay, so let's talk about the attack action. This is where it gets for reals. So the attack action allows you to, surprising no one, make an attack on an enemy faction. It works more or less like Magic the Gathering. So you say, I'm attacking you. And then I say, I will defend with this asset. So you can only launch it against known assets. If something is stealthed, you attack the faction and then they defend with the various assets that they have. So to launch an attack, you choose the faction, and one at a time, each attacking asset is matched against a defending asset chosen by the defender. Then we roll 1d10 and we add the relevant attribute for the asset. If the attacker's roll exceeds the defender's, the attack is a success. If the defender wins, they get to counterattack. If that is a thing, if there's a tie, they both bang the shit out of each other. Now, I think you're gonna find this whole turn to be quite interesting. So let's take a look at what this. So the Demagogue decries the deathless. The Demagogue has some mean, bad things to say about the deathless. It's getting paired up against, let's see, it's getting paired up with a blockade runner. So the deathless are going to attempt to just keep the Demagogue off the planet and away from the people. So the blockade runner is defending against the Demagogue here. So Demagogue versus blockade runner, which is going to be a, let's sort this to the Tootham system. So Demagogue of House Vagrant is a CVC attack. And the blockade runner does have a 2d4 counterattack, but only 6 health. Okay, all right. So, I don't have my notebook, or I was going to write this down. Let me make a note. So it's CVC, which means Vagrant has a 6 and Deathless have, a 3. Yikes. Vagrant knows they know how to hit him where it hurts. Okay, so 6v3. So let me make a little note here. Didn't wait. Size 32. Here we go. Okay, so Vagrant, Demagogue versus Tootham, or versus Deathless, Blockade Runner, Dexy's Midnight Runner, and that is a 6 plus 6 versus the Deathless Blockade Runner, which is a plus 3. Okay. So, let me shove this back to the map so stuff's getting in my way. Okay, so Vagrant Demagogue with a plus 6 versus Deathless Blockade Runner plus 3. Now let's see if the factions have any abilities for rerolls or anything. Deathless has the mercenary ability. They can move themselves. Pirates cost fac creds to move assets onto their homeworld. Okay, so nothing in combat here. It looks to me to just be a straight up attack versus an attack. Let's check Demagogue just to double check here. Like I said, we're taking it real slow this first time. So the Demagogue is a... what kind of asset is he? Here we go. The Demagogue is a cunning versus cunning, 2d8 damage. And I think it's just strong. Yeah, doesn't have any special abilities. Okay, and then a Blockade Runner. Blockade Runner is a wealth asset. As an action, it can move. Okay, so it looks like it's a straight attack. It looks like it's just one-on-one here. Yeah, so the Blockade Runners try to intercept the Demagogue's ship before the Demagogue can spread his nasty words. Let's just double check real quick. Yeah, Blockade Runners. Okay, so we're gonna make the roll. Here we go. So this is the attack roll. Here it comes. D10 plus 6. Okay. So 12. And then this is the defense roll. Plus 3. It's possible. It's possible they could get it. They need to roll a 9 or a 10 on this roll. Nope. All right. So the attack is successful with no defense. Let me make a note here. Attack successful. Let's see how much damage they do. I think it's 2D. I think it's 2D8. Is that what we said? Asset tracker. Demagogue deals. I love that they have 2 demagogues. 2D8. Yep. All right. So 2D8 damage. 2 8-sided dice. Here we go. 2D8. Ooh, 10 damage. Okay. So it looks like, and I have some contingencies. It looks like that blockade runner is reduced to 0 hit points and destroyed. All right. So there it goes. All right, blockade runner is destroyed. How much damage was that? 10? Okay. So attack successful, 10 damage. Blockade runner is destroyed. Oof. All right. And then they get another attack, which is a Demagogue Attack versus the Deathless on 0303. Now, if they ran out of blockade runners, I was instructed to follow up with. Let me take a look. Let's see. If the blockade runner remains operational, yes. If they can't, they switch to defend with, I think they have grav tanks. They defend with grav tanks on this. And yes, that's 6 damage towards the goal. Thank you. Let me mark that. So Deathless, House Vagrant. I'm going to make a comment here. 6 damage towards goal. And we'll adjust that later. Okay. All right. Yeah, it only counts 6. You don't get the spillover damage. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so yes, the Deathless are defending with the grav tank formation because they have to. That's all that's left on the planet. Let's take a look. Now, grav tanks are harder to kill. They got 14 hit points, but the Demagogue is still going after them with cunning. So it's the same roll. So we're just going to do that again. So this is the second Demagogue. It's a D10 plus 6. This is House Vagrant's attack. Demagogue versus grav tanks. Okay. 13. And the defense is a 5. Okay. So grav tanks, if you want to see them, because someone was asking me, these are mechs. These are actually giant mechs. A grav tank formation, I believe is what it's called. And a grav tank formation is what you imagine. Advanced post-tech grav tank units capable of covering almost any terrain, etc. So the Demagogue is basically like undermining them, talking shit, and reducing their ability to function. So, I mean, obviously he's not fighting the tanks themselves. He's fighting the people, right? Inciting the people against them, being a shit-disturbing rebel. So let's take a look. Demagogue. The Demagogue is a cunning versus cunning attack. It does 2d8 damage. It's gonna take a lot. They're gonna be very lucky to destroy this grav tank formation. So let's see. Let's take another look here. So 2d8. Remember, they have 14 hit points. Here we go. All right. Ooh, 10. 10 of their 14 hit points. Okay. All right. So the grav tank formation is reduced down to 4 hit points. And that gives them another, let's see, another 10. So they're 16 towards their goal. What do they need total? Is that it? 5, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, they get it. Right? Because it's Blood the Enemy is equal to their total force, cunning, and wealth together. So it's 5, 6. Yeah, they did it. Okay. So they got the goal. So we'll do that at the end. Goal resolved. Okay, so we'll do that at the end of the turn. So that means that this was good. We'll make a note. So Demagogue versus grav tank formation. And that was attack successful. It was another 10 damage. Okay. Right? That's how much damage I did? Yeah, another 10. Okay. All right. So they have one more attack. They have one more asset they're attacking here. And this attack, this is an interesting one. So this is complicated in two ways. So this is a Psychic Assassins attack. Now, normally, the Psychic Assassin's attack would be an attack on the Deathless, right? Finish off those grav tanks, right? Kill the commanders who wouldn't bow, and do the thing. However, it's more complicated than that. So let's begin by uncloaking the Psychic Assassins. They're no longer stealthed, right? So that's a thing. So they appear, they make an assassination attempt, which is going to be a CVC attack. Let me see if Psychic Assassins have anything else. I think it's just because they're hidden. And then we'll talk about how different this defense is. So let's see. They're a cunning asset. Psychic Assassins. Where are they? Maybe they're force? Yeah, they're force. Here we go. Combat trained psychics automatically start stealth. Okay, no special abilities. Okay, here's where it gets cool. So House Vagrant, in an attempt to finish off the job, right, to attack with these Psychic Assassins, to kill off the commanders of the Deathless force, right, these mech commanders, these mech warriors, if you will, they go after them. However, the Deathless have asked very kindly that the High Church of Messiah as Emperor defend them. The High Church of the Messiah as Emperor has agreed.